Am I concerned right now when it comes to Turbo? The answer is absolutely not. Now, even though nothing I say is financial advice, some people may be thinking, but why? Take a look at it. Turbo, as of right now, isn't necessarily doing the best. I'm totally aware of that, and I am still thinking about 10 cents in my mind. Now, some people may be thinking again, why? Well, it's because here's the thing. Turbo, not too long ago, right? Literally less than a year ago, back in December of 2024, we saw the market cap being around 730 million. That is literally over 4 times the market cap that we have as of right now. And again, that was less than a year ago. And I don't think that was even an altcoin season in my perspective. Now, sometimes people like to tell me, okay, well, when it comes to Turbo, it's been going down by a lot. Totally aware of that, but which meme coin isn't necessarily going down by a lot when it comes to the popular ones, right? Generally speaking, the ones I see, they've been having a pullback. And especially the ones that did well back then. But then at the same time, my point of view is that, again, I don't think that was an altcoin season, and we already kind of saw Turbo reach a market cap of around that $730 million range, give or take. So, yeah, the way you take a look at it is that it's nothing necessarily that would surprise me. Let's say maybe Turbo hypothetically did do better than that during an altcoin season, if we do ever see one during this cycle. But again, this is just my perspective. Only time will tell, because I don't think I've seen an altcoin season, by the way, during this cycle. But even besides that as well, people like to say, okay, but when? Now, trying to find the exact moment, I'll never be able to do that because I don't have those capabilities. Like, for instance, people like to say, oh, but if you pulled up a price chart, drew a random triangle, or drew a falling wedge pattern, then you'll be able to know this or that. Now, personally, in my personal situation, I don't think I'll be able to still know at that moment in time, because let's say I did do that. Do you think the market's going to care about what I draw on the price chart? Do you think the market's going to pay attention to what I have to do? No. Even if I did all this type of stuff and I found this supposed perfect moment or something like that, and I was like, oh yeah, maybe this time, literally, no matter how perfect I think that moment is, if the market doesn't want to wake up at that moment, it literally won't. So again, I don't have those capabilities to do that. The only thing I can do really is just stay patient, hold, and I just wait. And that's pretty much about it. So when I take a look at 10 cents being around a 42x from here, and the market cap at that point, considering current circulating supply, would be around 7 billion, again, just that market cap wouldn't necessarily be too outlandish to me. Just because when I think about a meme coin that's created by AI, I typically straight away think about Turbo. It kind of has that sort of presence within that niche, I would say. Again, there's a bunch of meme coins. Don't get me wrong. Turbo, in theory, in the grand scheme of things, has a lot of competition. But within that specific, I would say, kind of niche of a meme coin that's created by I think Turbo is the most popular, and I think it's the most recognizable. Again, that's just my mindset. So when I take a look at that, it is something that, again, just doesn't feel like such a ridiculous market cap to me, at the idea of maybe 10 cents, again, around a $7 billion market cap, because we've seen Dogecoin reach over 80 billion in terms of market cap back in 2021. We saw Shiba Inu that year reach around 40 billion, and granted, Turbo is never going to be more popular than that. But at the same time, they reached that years ago, and what could it do this time around? Let's say if there's an altcoin season. If, let's say, Shiba Inu or Dogecoin did better than before, it wouldn't necessarily surprise me. Now, also on top of that, back in the peak of the 2021 bull run, there was around 300 million crypto owners, whereas right now we have over 600 million, and that's allegedly more than ever before in history. So, again, Turbo reaching around a $7 billion market cap is just a glimpse, not even 10% of what Dogecoin reached years ago, and that's not even considering what Dogecoin could reach this time around. So, yeah, that's just my mindset, which is why I haven't given up when it comes to Turbo. I get it. Meme coins are not necessarily looking the best as of right now. Like, I would say Toshi, which is a meme coin on the Base network, that's done pretty okay, but it's still also having a pullback in the grand scheme of things. And Turbo, it's kind of no stranger to that. Even if we take a look back in, let's say, May, right? So it's like around 5 months ago at this point. Even market cap at that point was slightly above 400 million. So it's already over 2 times what we have right now. I mean, my mindset is this. What would it take for Bitcoin to do over 2x from right now? It would have to reach over 200 grand, right? Turbo to do over a 2x from right now, market cap would just need to be around 400 million. And we just saw that back in May, literally around 5 months ago. So that's just my mindset. Again, just Turbo going back to what it did back in May in terms of market cap, already over 2x. But only time will tell. Historical performance doesn't necessarily guarantee future performance, but I just saw that not too long ago. That's just my mindset. Even back in July, market cap was around 370 million, But yeah, ever since then, of course, there's a pullback and market cap is now below 200 million, but still, we just kind of saw that not too long ago, and I don't think that was even altcoin season. So in my perspective, I am still looking forward to maybe what Turbo could do. Now, granted, sometimes you like to say, okay, well, it doesn't have the best use case. Well, yeah, it's a meme coin. It's not supposed to have the best use case out there. A meme coin, I think, is more so about the vibes, more so about kind of the cool factor, kind of the unique thing about it. Because let's face it, a lot of meme coins out there, they're not really focused on a use case whatsoever. And I'm not necessarily even looking for that anyways. If I'm looking for something with a good use case, Turbo is not something I would even want to look at all. Because let's face it, in my perspective, I just don't think the use case is the best. So when I take a look at me being focused on a project with a good use case, I also do believe in some projects like that, but I also do want to hold some meme coins too. This is just my mindset. But when I go inside a meme coin, I know that the use case isn't going to be the best. Like, I already know that getting into it. Like, I already know it's more so about the cool factor, the unique nature of the project. It's not really about how is this going to be changing the landscape of the fundamentals of a certain market sector. It's kind of not like that. So I kind of know that getting into it. So sometimes when people like to tell me, oh, but the use case is not good. Well, in my perspective, in most cases that I see, yeah, it's not necessarily supposed to either because it is not focused on that area, if that makes sense. Generally speaking, right? I can't say for every single meme coin, but it's just my mindset. So in the grand scheme of things, all I can do is just stay patient, hold, and just wait. And that's pretty much about it. But in the meantime, though, I do still like Turbo. I haven't given up when it comes to it because I just saw what it did not too long ago. So if let's say there's that next leg up, I just kind of want to be there and just stay patient, hold, and I just wait. And that's pretty much about it. But in the meantime, when people like to say, okay, Turbo doesn't have the best exposure, actually the exchange listings aren't that bad in my opinion. It's actually pretty decent, but it's just not really highlighted because, again, when the sentiment, when it comes to altcoins, are not necessarily doing the best, of course, the listings and stuff like that, the unique nature of it, it's not really going to be highlighted as much during a time, again, when the market isn't doing the best. But I think it could very well be a good foundation. It could be good groundwork, I would say, for, let's say, a moment in time in which the market does pick up again. I think that right there could very well play into the favor of it, but only time will tell, which is why when it comes to Turbo, I don't want to give up. I just don't see why I would give up. It's almost a little bit harder for me to give up on it than for me to just continue believing in it. Now, I'm not telling you to do anything when it comes to Turbo, but when I've seen what it did so far, when I take a look at the listings, when I take a look at the amount of holders, and also how the market cap still, despite the pullback, holding at around 160 million, I kind of find that pretty impressive in the grand scheme of things, considering how it's not doing that bad, right? I think in the grand scheme of things, despite the pullback. But besides that as well, again, I'm just staying patient, and only time will tell. But nonetheless, I haven't given up when it comes to Turbo. And feel free to subscribe if you enjoyed this video. I'd greatly appreciate it. I want to say thank you for watching. I hope you all have a nice day. It's Milne the Captain, and I'll catch you all on the next one. I'm out. Peace. Bye.